In today's study videos, we are going to be drawing some hands, and I'm going to be using simple shapes, or the simple shapes that I've learned, or the simple shapes that I usually do use to approach drawing hands. So I'm going to make it as simple as possible for myself. So I have discovered, or I found out, that I do know how to draw hands, but there are some poses of like hand drawings that I'm not really good at, that I just tend to fumble a lot. And so I'm just going to try and improve my drawing of the hands by doing more studies of the hands. So I've been, doing the anatomy studies of like the entire human body, at least the major parts of the human body that are visible, that an artist would need to learn. And so in the phase where I'm drawing the hands, right, I should have already been done with all this, but I'm just lazy and I procrastinate a lot. Apologies for that. But anyways, we're going to be tackling the hands today, and I have a lot of references for me. And this is an exercise that I'll try to be doing for not just the hands but different parts of the body, or in general. It's an exercise I usually do for like when I did the torso, when I did the neck. It's an exercise where I just gather different references, try to break them down, and then draw them. In this case, I'm not breaking them down because I don't want to say I sort of know how the hand looks, but it's just something I want to do. I also want to make it simple. I don't want to like overcomplicate things. But usually, what I would do is that I would use simple shape to actually break down the hand. But in this case, I'm just drawing directly. So I've been looking at some references. I'm just going to quickly talk about like how I. So what I you got now is I got some sports references, because sports references are sort of like the best for getting different hand poses, because and because the hands are usually in different positions. When they are flexed, when they are relaxed, you are going to see all these positions. There are a lot of expressions of hand movements during sports, and I didn't, I had already saved a lot of hand drawings from like football pictures and stuff like that. So those are the ones that I'm going to sort of use in this drawing. So let's just quickly get into it. So I'm just going to quickly talk about how I approach drawing the hands, right? So when I'm drawing the hands, I'm just going to quickly talk about in terms of simple shapes. I One tip I learned is that you should think about the arm as a 3D object, right? As a 3D object, that's the first thing. The second thing is that to make the hand simple for you, you have to break it down. Like the size of the hands, the size of the palm and the fingers are approximately the same. No, they are the same length. They are the same length. So the length from this area of our hand all the way to the top here, which is our middle finger, the length of our middle finger is the same as the distance between here and here, which is the bottom of the palm, like down to the wrist area. So that is an important tip to note. It's one tip that's helped me. Another thing is that whenever I'm drawing the hand, I divide it into a couple of sections or areas. So we have the palm, right? We have the palm, and then we have this area. I call this the thumb palm, which goes like this, simple triangle, a thumb palm, and I call this the pinky palm. It sort of goes all the way like this to the pinky finger right here, the pinky palm, and then we have this other palm here. Then we have like the normal palm. So we have the thumb palm, we have the pinky palm, and the normal palm, and then we have the fingers. Yeah, and then we have the finger. And also, like with regards to the webbing of the fingers, you should try and make it this shape, make it a complete U shape, not a V shape. It can get difficult sometimes, but just try. Like for instance, now I didn't get the proportions correctly, but I'm still going to try and make it, because it looks a lot more natural when you do it like that. Once you look at it as parts that actually come to make a whole, it becomes a lot more easier. But where the tricky area is when you then have to, because the arm is quite flexible, the hand, I mean, is quite flexible, and it can take on different perspectives and take on different shapes and different angles. So it's quite confusing to draw. So that is why I am doing a study in this video, like to improve my own drawing of the hand. So you might know the basics, which is good and important, but you have to take it a step further. And that's where I'm going to use like simple shapes such as the squares and whatnot to actually attack the hands. So we have a simple hand here, hand drawing here, and what I do is just simply draw it. I'm going to put my triangle shape. Remember, it's a 3D object, so I'm making it simple for myself. I forgot to talk about the knuckles. That is our ulnar bone. I'm going to put that up here. I'm just going to add a bit of shadow to just make stressing myself about duplicating. Like it's like drawing like similar body parts. Sometimes I just duplicate it, and the truth is that nobody ever notices. But one thing to note is that like body parts, like this hands now, she has her hands like tattooed, two different hands, right, in different positions. Right, it's my job easy to just like copy this arm, like cut it with your lasso tool, and then duplicate it in this arm, right? And like nobody's going to know, right? But one thing to always do, like to just take note of, is that the hands usually take, despite the fact that they have the same, like they're identical, like whenever you take a picture of them, they actually look different, right? So I may be taking, these hands might have the same pose, but the perspectives might be different. So that's just one useless fact to note. And whenever you are doing studies, I say this a lot because it's more important to be reminded most times than for you to learn new things. So like you don't have to worry a lot about anatomical correctness. Just focus on the form and focus on like the lessons that you learned. Things like just looking at the body parts you're breaking down into like a simple 3D shape, right? Focus on breaking it down to something like that, and then you're going to have more fun. In as much as the point of study is to force yourself to move out of your comfort zone so that you can improve in your drawing, you're also meant to have fun with it because life is difficult. So like, and if you're doing arts, it means you are doing it because you love it, right? So don't like do it in a way that's going to be enjoyable for you. That's what I'm trying to say. Voilà. Ya, voilà. Ya, voilà. Eso, nada, nada. Ja, Musik der Musik der Musik auf das Musik auf das Musik auf das All right, so that's the study for this video. That's all for this video. um I will try to do more studies in the future, hopefully, but I do know that my hand drawing has improved just a little bit. Sometimes one thing I noticed about my studies is that sometimes if I don't like really settle down to actually do the drawings, they do come out in a way that I probably don't like. But at the same time, I didn't tend to waste a lot of time like doing the drawing. But if I'm like a bit more free with it, I don't even know, man. Like, just draw the way that is best for you guys. Like, sometimes the free method might work, sometimes the serious method might work as well, or it might not work, or vice versa. Just draw the way you want, or however you're feeling it. And the next video, we're going to do a leg drawing. We're going to do a leg study, so we're going to tackle the basic muscles of the leg and things like that, and discover new things. A lot of these hands were a bit tricky, but I won't lie, the study was fun to do. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out. Please, we're trying to get to 2K. Help a brother out. If you've not liked the video, please like and subscribe and click on the notification bell. I'll try to drop more consistently, and I'll see you in the next video, guys.